The Joe Rogan Experience.
That was the Terrence McKinney fight, right?
Yeah.
That was a wild fight.
It was a good fight.
Whew, that was a crazy one. That Terrence McKinney is wild.
Did you see the Sugar Sean fight?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
The look on his face at the end, I was like, he normally runs his mouth pretty good. He's a good old Arizona boy, but like he had that look on his face like, did I win that? Did I win? Like
Well, he was very honest. He said, I'm going to have to watch this
yeah.
afterwards to see if I actually won it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were shocked. Like,
yeah.
There's a video of Khabib watching the decision, and Khabib's like, How?
Yeah.
How did he win? How?
Yeah. I was right there 50. I wasn't sure because I thought the other guy won, but I think the bigger takeaway is that he was in it.
Oh, he was certainly in it against Petr Yan, who was a former champion, one of the best in the division by far, the number one contender. And it was a very close fight. And he definitely hurt Petr in multiple occasions. Caught him with that big knee, rocked him. The question is, how much is the takedown worth? How much is control worth?
Right. And I assumed that when I saw all the takedowns, like then Yan won. Because there's a lot of takedowns.
Yeah, but takedowns without damage. It's like, what is that I mean, and I'm not denying that I thought Petr Yan won because I did think he won at the end of it. But takedowns without damage versus stand-up with damage, because Sugar landed more strikes standing and had big moments. Yan had some big moments too. One big left hand that rocked him. The question is like, how much is how valuable are those takedowns, and how valuable is that top game and that control?
And that's way out of my,
The problem, there's several problems, but one of the problems is that I feel, and I've said this ad nauseum, that I feel that we're very limited by this 10-9, this 10-point must scoring system. Because someone can win a round 10-9, and it can be a very close round, and someone can win a round clearly, and it can be 10-9.
Right.
And that doesn't make any sense to me. And I feel like the system is designed for boxing, and it's a good system for boxing. I don't think it's a good system for MMA. I think MMA needs a much more comprehensive system. Like if a guy can hold you down with no damage at all for 3 minutes versus a guy who holds you down and damages you for 30 seconds, what's worth more? What hits you with 3 or 4 good hard shots, is that worth more? Or is like the predominance of like if you spend the majority of a round on top of a guy, even if you're not damaging him, how much is that worth? How much is a leg kick worth? How much is a submission worth? Like a submission attempt. I think we need a much more comprehensive system. It's not 10-point must. I don't think that's the right system for MMA. I think it should be a completely different system. We just sort of adopted the boxing system. So like the first round of Aljamain Sterling and TJ Dillashaw, I mean, that is a fucking dominant round. Like, what is that? Is it a 10-7? Is it a 10-6? I mean, that's an all Aljamain round. He beat the shit out of TJ Dillashaw. Took him down, dominated him, took his back, beat the fuck out of him. Like, what's that? How do you score that round? And, how could that be better scored with a better system?
Right.
I think there's definitely room.
It was definitely one. I feel like that UFC was probably my top 5 UFCs ever.
It was amazing. We watched it. Jamie hooked it up from my iPad to a television through an HDMI connection in the O2 Arena. We were in London. We just did the show. We had no idea what happened, luckily. We got off stage, ordered food, and Jamie set up the iPad to a big screen TV that was in the room. We were all in there. There was like 20 of us in there watching. It was fucking incredible. It was incredible.
He'll sue you.
No, he wanted me to. He gave me the link to it. I have a Fight Pass membership, but that's how we watched it. But it was such a good fight. And then watching Islam and Charles Oliveira, what a fight that was. Islam Makhachev must have the most incredible squeeze. His squeeze must be out of this world. Because you see how quick Charles tapped once he clamped that on him. I mean, poof.
He had all the points covered, and he just like, done.
That dude is on another level. I mean, he is the truth. I was always impressed with him. But, I mean, I was saying leading up to him getting a shot at the world title, he's the boogeyman of that division. He was the guy that everybody was saying like is the most dominant of all the contenders. And then when he tapped Dober, that was a big one. When he tapped Dan Hooker, that was a big one too. It's like the way he's tapping these guys who are these world-class fighters, and he's just fucking running through them. But the fact that he got on Oliveira and mounted him and then submitted him with an arm triangle, head and arm choke like that.
Yeah, that's a statement.
He submitted the guy with the most submissions in the history of the sport. And the way he did it was just, he was so fucking methodical and dominant. And Oliveira tested him. I mean, he got out of bad positions in the first round, got back up to his feet, hit him with some good shots. But Makhachev, he's the fucking truth. You know, and interesting that he's going to fight Volkanovski next. That's kind of a crazy thing for Volkanovski to go right up to 55 from 45.
Yeah.